guys, I'm Chris Boden. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's 12:03 hours on Monday, March 31st, 2014. We're at the lab. I've been here since 0800. Been here since... No, about 0800, yeah, give or take. Lots of stuff going on. Patrick's here. Motivated with fruit flavors. That is art that you are writing, by the way. You guys are going to get to see this soon, but it's just art.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
There's Verner's for you if you would like one. Because Michigan, right there. Put a couple in the fridge.
Which fridge?
Huh? Yeah, there's one right there. You got a fridge right there.
Yeah, there's also a half dozen in the building. It took me a second.
Well, there is that. Everybody's in the basement today, so we're going to head downstairs. Everybody's down here, because that's where stuff's happening. You know it's actually warmer outside than it is in here.
But he's going to go through 10 different designs in this before he gets the one that's perfect.
Right.
So you 3D print it. And it might work, you never know. So once you import your file, it'll look like this, it'll be pink. You may import it and it may have red spots on it. That means that something in your file is not facing outward. That's okay, because what you do is you just go down to...
So how do you import it first?
You just go File, Open.
Okay.
It reads STL files.
STL, okay.
It only reads STL files.
Okay.
But it reads them in a real size. So if in your CAD software you say that this is 2 inches tall, it will be 2 inches tall.
Sweet.
You can change the size, but now we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Right.
So if it's pink, you just go Edit, Fix.
Okay.
And it will do its best to make all of the faces on it face outward. If it doesn't work, you can still print, but funny things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
A good example of what happens is on this. We printed it a couple of times and it kept having faces that faced inward and the inside of the letters were solid.
Oh, okay.
So that is the sort of problem you would
Mm-hmm.
encounter. If it was an outward part here, probably wouldn't even notice. And it depends a lot on the CAD software. The other thing is when you go and you open up a file in here, it will be floating somewhere in space.
Okay.
Just hit place and it sucks it down to the ground.
Okay.
From there, you can rotate your part. You can do even numbers like 90, 180, or you can enter your own degree value if you need to rotate it more specifically, and you can scale it.
Okay.
And the scaling works in a percentage, so you can scale it 110% or 30%, and that it needs to be a very specific size. Make it the size before you import it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're making something like the dragon, where it doesn't really matter, but you just need to make it fit, you can just scale it until it fits in the box. Which you can see, our invisible box here is our 5x5 cube.
Right.
And you can view it from different axes, and then you can rotate it on different axes. So if we wanted it that way, we could, and just keep rotating it until you find what you like. So now you've messed with it. This is probably taking you 20 minutes your first time.
Okay.
Get everything ready. Then you go to 3D print. The print preview process will tell you how long it's going to take. It says it's 17 of 345 layers. So it has to calculate all 345 layers before it'll tell you how long it will take to print.
Okay.
So you just sit and you wait.
Okay.
Other things that you need to do and you can do while it's doing this is go run the initialize process that gets the bed hot and it gets the nozzle hot.
Okay.
You can't actually print until both of those are a certain temperature, and it'll tell you that. So when you know you're about there, go ahead and get it started and it'll be warming up while you go. Otherwise you get all started and then it's like, okay, I'm going to warm up now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're here for another 20 minutes.
Okay. So how do you start that process?
3D print, initialize. I can't click it right now because it's doing a print preview.
So can I do that like right when I actually open the program so then it's already set to go, or do I have to wait until I'm just about to 3D
Your
print?
very first time, I would wait.
Okay.
Once you've used it a couple of times and you're comfortable with the workflow, I usually go in and I initialize it as soon as I sit down.
Okay.
Because I know when I walk up to here, I have an STL that's the right size,
Mhm.
and it will print.
Mhm.
So by the time I'm done fussing around with it, I'm ready to go. You need to make sure that you have the right color in before you start.
Right.
Otherwise, you've heated this up,
Mhm.
and you'll have to go heat up another color. And we have several different colors. All the colors cost the same amount of money. There's no difference.
Are they different materials?
It's all ABS. You can print other things, but our shop is all ABS.
So it's just a color, no other difference.
Right.
Okay.
You can get it in glow in the dark.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So this says it's going to be 71.7 grams.
Okay.
Print 2 hours, 31 minutes.
Okay.
So the part that we saw took 2.5 hours to print. This is certainly not going to take
Right.
2.5 hours to print. Now let's say you did that and you're like, you know, that's way too much time for what I need. You can go in to your setup and you can choose different resolutions.
Okay.
So this is resolution per layer.
Uh-huh.
So on this part we did, each layer was 0.3 millimeters. You can go as fine as 0.15 and up to half. You can also choose your fill. On something like this, you should just pick the tightest one.
Yeah.
If you were going to, I mean, this is called, that's a big hole.
Mhm.
And it's pretty rigid. So if your part is larger and it doesn't need the structural stability, pick the bigger hole because it'll print faster.
Okay.
If your part needs the structural stability,
Mhm.
put it in there. But keep in mind, if you start making your part giant, you are going to run into cooling issues. So you
Right.
need to work around that.
So you think that for this it would be the tightest and then do like the resolution of 0.15?
I would do 0.3 to start, somewhere in the middle,
Okay.
because it'll print pretty quickly and
Mhm.
it'll show you how solid it is. Because this is the resolution of the layers up. It's not resolution of the teeth.
Oh, okay.
It's just each layer going up.
Okay.
You also choose this part is where it starts out with. We saw this.
Mhm.
So if for some reason you need more layers on your starting surface, we usually go 3. 3 works really well.
Okay.
Sometimes you can go more or less. If you have a part that would be like something very lacy or lattice-like on the bottom, you may want to have more support structure to help it. And then you choose the support structure. And this is really important if you have a part that's going to require a lot of support structure.
Okay.
You don't on this part.
Mhm.
But if you are having trouble getting all of your support structure off, maybe you want to make this narrower. This is 30 degrees, you can go up to 80. You can see the difference of the bowl.
Okay.
So it holds everything less than 80, and here it holds everything less than 10. So that's something where you would just trial and error for what you're doing.
Mhm.
On the gear, there's barely any. And then you can choose how thick and dense the support structure is as well.
Okay.
And a lot of times if you're doing a large print, that is going to be the difference between a 3-hour print and an 8-hour print. Because there's a lot that goes into all of that support
Mhm.
structure. So if it doesn't need too much, you can make it lighter and print it faster without losing any quality. But you have to be careful because you can lose other things. Like you could have the circle here just drop off.
Right.
So it is a balance for your needs.
Alright guys, time is 12:27 hours and I got a cool thing to show you. This is pretty nifty. Come on around on this side. This is a happy little toy that just arrived. It's very well packaged.
You're asking a lot of your artifact.
Huh?
You're asking a lot of your artifact.
I should be using the big awesome knife I have on viewer mail, but this is what I have and it'll work just fine. We'll make it. It's worth the wait, I promise, because we've been waiting a long time to get this. Age of Awesome. This is our Miller Delta Weld 300. They're going to want to see that because now everybody's Googling. That is our new welder for the lab. Yeah, there's your maker plate. 12.3 kilowatts of three-phase awesomeness. So now we have a real welder. I wonder what the plug looks like. Wonder where the plug is. Oh, that's what the plug looks like. Cool. That's my favorite plug. I can work with this. All right, guys. So we have the beginnings of real welding here at the Geek Group. Thank you, Kevin. That's awesome, sir.
So you loaded up your part.
Yep. I changed that to
The dense one.
and then I just kept that with the minimal amount.
Should be good. All right, let's print it.
Sweet.
$87 layers.
Now, the distance.
I forgot to tell it we were using a new spool.
Oh, okay. So I put it down like very low to the actual table. Is that okay?
Yep,
Or-
it'll do something like this.
Okay. Is there a way to put it like right on it, or does it have to start with a layer like that?
Did you hit the place button?
No.
The place button will do that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So now it's converting the layers. Basically, once you hit print, you just sit and wait a lot, and then stuff happens.
Okay.
So, Moose,
Yes,
because I'm going to get 300 comments,
yes.
you got to tell them.
It's on the back. There's a separate button.
No, the heat light.
What about the heat light?
The whole world's wondering why the hell do we have a heat light on the 3D printer. They can't feel how cold the room is.
Well, you would use a heat light even if the room is not terribly cold.
Okay.
The 3D printing works best if the plastic doesn't harden by the time you put the next layer on.
Okay. So the heat lamp just helps.
It helps.
Okay.
One of the most common problems that people have in 3D printing is their parts warp. I mean, we've had that happen a lot around here.
Okay.
And there's lots of things you can do. A heat lamp is the easiest.
Chris Boden, can I help you? I'm Groovy. What's up? What'd you do?
I plugged this thing in. It's got a couple thermocouples on it, and I figured I might be able to make it do something.
I'm not 100%, but I don't think it's 400 degrees in here.
Yeah, I think that's its bottom limit. I don't know how it's set up yet. I literally just plugged it in just to see what it does. Because
Okay.
I've already got some of these meters. These are the same ones that are...
It's
or
the
at least-
Kidwell meters.
Yeah, these are close to the same ones that are used for Tosser and Thumper and all that.
Okay.
So I figured what the hell, plug them in. They look like they're wired right.
Okay. It's probably a Bruce thing. As a rule, in this room, if it's in here and you don't know who built it or what it is or whatnot, Bruce knows. It was probably his at one point. He's the largest single donor to this room. There's a lot of things in here that didn't come from Bruce, but just overwhelmingly, this is Bruce stuff. So, what are you doing?
I'm just going through stuff. I found some Kidwell stuff. Like these are bus controllers, and when I say bus, I don't mean serial. I mean city bus controllers. These are actually bus and large truck I/O boards.
Okay. Are you sure these are from Kidwell?
Yeah, because they have his company name on them.
Oh, okay. They say preferred engineering.
engineering.
Okay.
They're his part numbers.
Okay.
So I have no clue how to use them. I don't know what exactly they're supposed to do, but I got a dozen of them.
Paul knows.
Yeah, I'm sure Paul knows.
Okay.
He's coming by this weekend?
I have no idea. You can poke him.
One can only hope. He asked me to look for a board through his stuff, and I've been searching for it.
Okay.
I haven't found it
Poke him
yet.
on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, I got the board number, and he said that it's in this pile somewhere. So yeah, that could take.
What? Oh, Newton meters.
Yeah, we got some Newton meters.
Newton meters! It's not for measuring newtons. Think of it like foot-pounds. It's a metricated version of foot-pounds. It's a Newton meter. Some fucking huge LEDs.
Yeah, those are 10 mils.
Cool. Alright, so you're getting settled, you're having fun.
Yeah.
You're in your space.
Going through some stuff. Trying to
And you've got the camera working up there.
Camera's working.
I hear there's
working.
audio now.
Yep, we got audio. Rocco fixed audio this morning.
Alright. Cool. Rock out. Make shit happen. Alright, so what do you got?
I brought some stuff for autopsy, like a Generation 1 PS3.
Does it work?
It probably just needs to be reflowed to work.
But it needs a full reflow?
I told Rocco if he wants to take a shot at reflowing it.
Because it's a first gen PlayStation, or it's a first gen PS3. If we could get that working reliably,
yeah,
I'd rather have it in archives than kill it for autopsy.
Okay.
So let's see if we can fix it.
Because we have to tear it all the way down to the circuit board anyway.
Yeah, but I can't reflow it in an autopsy.
But if you take it apart real carefully in autopsy, you might be able to put it back together.
You could autopsy it.
Possibly.
Okay.
I brought a Logitech Harmony 1. Works beautifully, except that the screen is destroyed. And it costs more to fix this than it does to buy another one.
Okay.
So you can tear that apart and show everybody the juicy innards.
Okay.
This, I'm not sure if you wanted to use or not. This is a full-working equalizer.
Oh, it was great until you smacked it.
Yeah, smack it. They're a little dusty, but they work.
Okay, it's a graphic EQ with a Spectrum.
It's just like the one you have in your office, only thinner.
Okay, cool. And then I see a Radio Shack tape deck.
Yep, back when it was Optimus. It needs to be cleaned. I haven't powered it up in years.
Okay.
But last I checked, it worked fine.
It could be a good autopsy.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a 5-disc top-loading CD player.
That'll be a cool autopsy. All right, get all 3 of them super, super clean, and we'll go through autopsying them. But they gotta be like showroom stock clean before we autopsy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I would get the PS3, get with Kidwell and Rocco. Kidwell, get with Kidwell on that.
Yeah.
And see if you two can restore it.
Because I've already had it apart once. There's
All right.
a little tab here to take it apart.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have that alive. Don't leave it there. Take it with you. Take it with you. Man, you leave it there. It just ends up getting taken apart. Hi, puppy. How's the dog? That's fast as hell.
Yeah.
That's way faster than a big machine.
The Infinias have a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Really cool to watch it.
Wow. I think this is just really cool in that this is your first day here.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here like an hour, and you're printing a part. Mm-hmm. You came in like, I need this, I need to make this, and I have my CAD, and I did my homework, and I know what to do, and just boom, and Moose helped you through a couple steps, and it's working, and this is exactly what the Geek Group is about. This is, I love this.
And he mentioned that he works with 3D printing all the time, but he always has to hand it off to somebody at work. This is the first time that he's been able to actually print it himself.
Well, cool. You're like my poster boy of the day. So you do this regularly, you just start hanging out in this room, you just show up and be like, I'm making shit.
That's what I'm hoping.
That's, man, I'm digging it.
And by having 6 of these machines, we don't have to worry about if you want to print something the same somebody else does. It's really easy to have a bunch of people in here at once.
Right, yeah, no, for sure.
That's neat.
going to be interesting to see if it can withstand the power of the engine.
I really want to see how well it works.
Yeah. Well, this is going to go on the third vintage car that I'm actually building.
So this is, you're restoring a vintage RC car.
A 1986 vintage Tamiya buggy.
Cool. Yeah, you got to bring it in when it's done. I wanna
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely.
Well, cool. Let me see it when it's done.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Time is 13:20 hours, and it's time for a slightly late viewer mail. We tried for 1 o'clock, but I didn't have anything today, and I was just about resigned that there would simply be no mail today. And then Ebony showed up. Ebony is our female man. She's pretty awesome. So we got mail, and it's from Harvey. So I figured we'd open this today.
I think I know what it is.
I think I know what it is, and I'm pretty excited, and I figure everybody else is going to be pretty excited because we got mail from Harvey.
And for those who don't know who
It's not that. It's something else.
What I thought was from Harvey.
Yep. All right. So there's no viewer mail today.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you, Harvey.
Who's Harvey?
Harvey's a crazy Australian who we love very much. He's my lock picking buddy. He's cool. He's the one who's designing all the building security lock stuff. He's a cool guy. He also helps us out on another thing, but I can't talk about that.
But he helped us out on it.
So there's mail. Thank you, Harvey. Everybody else, you're just gonna have to wait. Oh, the comments I'm gonna get. Your window's dirty.
My window's dirty?
Messes with my focus.
Sorry.
Hey, that kid's here bugging you again.
I think he's just watching us.
Oh, he's got a gear! Are you happy with it? It's good?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to test it and see if it works.
It looks good. Wow. It's better than I was expecting.
We'll see how it holds up.
Show the world your gear. There's his gear, 3D printed awesome on our awesome Affinia machines. All right, you gotta put that on the car.
I will.
I want to see it. You have 15 minutes. Go. That's cool. I'm pretty sure it's not.
It's done?
It's done!
Oh, hey, it worked.
See? My camera still works, so, you know, there's that. Poland?
Really?
I had to. That's your geopolitical history humor there, Omni. Yay! 15:23 hours. We're here with Cal. Cal.
Hi.
And you're using 3 3D printers at once. You've got this one going here.
Right.
You got this one going here.
Yep.
And you got this one going back here. And you're working on, this is stuff for your company.
Yeah.
You have a thing, you're building a company around it, you got a whole thing going on, and you're doing prototyping here. It's just awesome. What do you think?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
I think I'm gonna get what I need from here, at least to get something in your hand to touch and feel and get a sense of proportion, and that's really all I need. And then move on to making it up in aluminum.
Now, you're an inventor. You're not, you're not a 3D printing freak. You're a regular guy inventor.
Right.
What has been your experience with 3D printing so far? What do you think of it?
It's limited. There's some warpage issues with, and I don't know if it's just
It's fussy.
these printers, but
No, it happens on the big one too.
yeah. But like I say, my expectations are fairly low, so it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, it does what I need it to do for now. Yeah, you're never going to print production parts, but I can print a couple of.
Come on in! You don't have to hide.
I can print a rest for my phone charger, and that seems to go fine. But for something that's has to be a little bit more.
Well, you've got parts that have to fit into other parts and stuff. Your things need to be dimensionally stable.
Yeah.
So it's fussy. You gotta
Right.
dick with it to get right. And
Yeah.
you're fighting the fact that you're trying to do this in a 45-degree room.
That's. Hi, Josh.
What are you working on?
He's gonna test his car.
Is it here?
Yeah, put the gear in.
Oh, you gotta show me.
Yeah, it's up.
All right. Thank you, Cal. You have fun, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's in the garage.
MDH.
All right.
So you came here this morning,
Right.
printed a 3D gear
Right.
on the Affinia, and you've gone from, you started your day with an idea to now we're not even halfway through the day and it works.
Yeah.
This is badass. I'd like to point out that this is a rare case. Normal people can't just, you have to have a background in design. He came in with ready art and yeah.
So this is it.
So where's the gear?
It's in there.
Oh, it's inside.
It's within the gearbox.
Have you tested it yet?
I know that the wheels will turn slowly, but I want to test it and give it some power.
You want to go out in the parking lot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. You got charged battery and everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Out that door?
Howdy, sir. No, we'll just open the big door. Weather's nice.
The app is really cool. It's just really I might use it myself.
Well,
All right, we have power.
I need to get a hold of the guy because well, no, the order went fine. And I got my golf balls. But it's going to temporarily on hold. I can't really get into their site to do anything. But there's already stuff out there. And I think his challenge is
That's cool as hell. I think it works.
one app that I've used before.
And that gear's like at the heart of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
So the big challenge for me to distinguish myself from what's out there. And there are a couple of bits solved.
So you happy guy?
Oh yeah.
That's a success?
That's a success on a 1986 restoration.
Cool. You know, I know a guy who can get you some really sweet wheels for that.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Our buddy Iskar Rick makes really high-end wheels for RC cars. Like really, really high-end wheels.
Maybe that's something to look into.
He can pimp your ride. That thing hauls ass.
Oh yeah. So, there she is.
That's tight. Well, good job, sir.
Thank you.
What you got going on, Todd?
Working on the pinball. We're getting close.
What is this particular strip? We're stripping down?
No, we're waxing.
Oh, you're waxing.
I'm waxing. I've got it clean.
You're doing it wrong. It's not jerky. It's wax on.
There's dirt in there and I gotta try and get out of there. But I've waxed all this
Okay.
and taken all these apart.
Yeah, I saw the parts on the
Do you
table.
remember the nasty red circles?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
Though there's some gungy.
It's the best I can do.
Okay.
This is what's left of them. Heat gun done.
Do you have new red circles?
No.
What do you?
I have new clear, non-adhesive circles.
What holds them down?
Nothing. Gravity.
Oh, okay. And that'll work?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what they use. That's what Gottlieb used on all of their pinballs. Well, it's actually a little bit later. They never actually used them on this version of it,
Okay.
but I think about 1965 they started using them.
Okay.
So it's period correct. It's just it'll help prevent any more damage like this. That's why they put the red circles on there, is just to help prevent any more of that.
So this is your project of the evening.
Yeah, and we've done quite a bit of work on it. Remember our
Yeah. These are the new ones?
these are the new ones. I got new ones. I pressed them on there with a press
Okay.
downstairs, and this is rocking. So that's done. I've been cleaning up all the chrome pieces and getting them back to non-rusty.
Okay. What are you using for that?
A wire wheel and a soft wheel.
Okay. What are you using for polish?
Mothers.
Good. Okay. That can't be beat.
Yeah. So we've got that going. I'll show you. We've remanufactured some parts because, well, we can't. Remember the plastic piece that we had
Yeah.
down here that I couldn't find a replacement for? We had one machined out of brass.
Very cool. I heard about that.
This is the new knob.
Sexy.
Isn't that nice?
This is this end or the other end?
No, it's this end. It'll be.
It's too small.
No, it's for the push.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
It's that one.
Okay.
Because I can't.
It's the kicker.
It's
thing.
yeah.
Okay.
It's the kicker. This one is. I'm going to get a new one of these. I think. This is the old one. It was pretty gungy.
If that's the old one, what's that?
This is a newer old one.
Okay.
So that's going on very soon. Yeah. I've got to take all this apart. See, I've got some rust and stuff here. And I had a thought, these are supposed to be red, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'm a geek, right? What can fill gaps like that really well? And I thought, D&D dice.
D&D dice?
Ever use, what do you use to color D&D dice?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Crayons.
Okay.
So, we're gonna,
That is not at all how I would do that.
no?
I'd do it, I'd paint the whole thing with lipstick Just coat the whole, or not lipstick, fingernail polish. Coat the whole thing with fingernail polish, which is an acrylic or enamel paint, depending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then just buff it off, and you'll have nice clean, because this is recessed.
Yes, it is.
So you paint the whole thing with fingernail polish and then just buff it off, and you'll have nice, sexy.
Same thing with wax, red wax.
Yeah, but if you do it with enamel paint, it'll be there forever. It'd last for another 50 years.
Yeah, could be. So, yeah, and I mean, the doors are really nice too. I'm gonna do something with that. I'm probably gonna order a new bees, this is called Bee's Nest.
Okay.
Probably order a new one of those. Get that now. So I want to get this assembly.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, I mean, it's close. It's just.
And you could mothers the hell out of all this.
Yeah, I'll probably.
It'd take a lot of time, but I think it'd be worth it. I think
Yeah.
you open it up and it's beautiful inside. And,
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time and really, I gotta vacuum this all out and blow it out and get it pretty.
Okay.
And I may go through and rebuild the flippers tonight yet. I'm definitely gonna fix this tonight, that coil, get that done. I mean, I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to start putting it back together. But
Cool.
I'm missing a couple of pieces, like, you know, I pulled the pop bumpers apart. If you ever seen, you know, this is what the kind of the guts are. But if you look, you got one that's got no spring.
The spring's right here.
Oh, you found it. Well, thank you.
That's why I make the big money, Todd.
Hey,
right there.
I could not find this silly thing. We were looking everywhere for a while. It's got to be here somewhere. I may order new ones of these.
I would, if you can, because these are a little chewed up.
Yeah, they're but that'll delay me from putting it back together. But I'd rather do it right. So yeah, we'll put all that back together. And if that's the only thing that I've got to deal with.
It's
So,
cool.
So yeah, it's coming along. I got, I don't know what else I've got.
All right.
Just
well,
parts and pieces. And
I'm going to go edit, do the show, do that thing I do, and try and raise more than the $10 he raised all day. $10 on the fundraiser.
That's terrible.
Man, I don't know.
That's terrible.
What did you accomplish today?
Well, I finally got a hold of somebody I needed to do Moose's secret project to find out that
Okay.
well milled the wrong board. So I'm going to try to redo that tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you guys have fun. That's today's Captain's Blog. It's been a day. We'll see you tomorrow.